You know, I always like to start the episode of Crunching the Numbers. We're going to have some guests. I got some cool guests lined up for the next few weeks coming up. This week, you're stuck with me. But you know, I like to start by telling you about what the trends are in football when it comes to betting against the spread. We're going to obviously start getting into basketball as the basketball season starts to heat up. Maybe do a little bit of NHL as well. Last week, we had a great show talking some baseball as the playoffs are now well underway. Told you the Jays would be losers, unfortunately. So here we go. So here are our most up-to-date trends against the spreads. Away teams. The away team is 41, 36, and 3, meaning the away team is winning 53.2% of all NFL games. Pretty good against the spread. Home teams are 36, 41, and 3, so 46.8%. That's just meaning the games are closer than expected. Let's keep in mind the away team is winning straight up only 47% of the time. So the discrepancy of that 6% is against that spread. Favorites are 31, 46, and 3. 46% of the time. 40% of the time, excuse me. The favorites are winning, which means 60% or 49.7% of the time, 46, 31, and 3. The underdog is winning 60% of the games against the spread. If you match that up against the straight up winner, that's only 35%. So what are we saying? The underdogs, when you're betting versus the spread, are winning 60%. But for those that are betting straight up, for those that do that, let's say in pools, for example, if you were to bet every home team favorite, every favorite, I have my apologies, 64%. That's not bad. That's not bad if you think about it. Just betting all favorites all the time and straight up. So, 60% if all you did was bet the dogs against the spread. Interesting information. Away favorites. So again, this is against the spread. The away favorites are 13, 18, and 2. That's 41.9. I'll call it 42% for away favorites. Away dogs. This one you got to love. Away dogs, 28, 18, and 1, 60.87. Call it 61% of the time. Away dogs. We've had a few pushes. That's why that's not adding up to 100% for those of you doing the math at home. 61% of the time, the away dog is covering or is winning based on the spread. Home favorites, 39% against the spread. Home dogs, 58%. It's so interesting because it's such a flip. Home dogs are 35%. Home underdogs are 35% straight up, but 58% when you add the spread in. That's why it's so important to understand it's not just who's going to win the game. It's, are they going to be close? Speaking of winning games and are they being close, I've been asked to share some results. So here's our results from last week. I'm going to pull it up. You'll see it up here on the screen as well, so that you don't think we're just making stuff up here. And we're going to go through. So last week, week 5 in the NFL, here are the ones we got right. The ones I got wrong, but I'm going to give you a reason why I got some of those wrong. So first off, we start on the Thursday nighter. It was Colts and Broncos. Broncos were favored by 3. We went ahead, as you can see. We picked the Colts. That was correct. The Giants, +8. That was correct. Heck, they were winners, 27-22 over the Packers. I might not have had that pick, but I knew it was going to be closer than 8 points. We got the Steelers wrong. We picked the Steelers. Hey, when you got a team with 14 points that has historically a good defense like the Steelers, you're thinking 2 touchdowns is a lot. So I thought Bills are winning, probably take the foot off the gas, winning by 12-13. I thought maybe Kenny Pickett would give some life to that offense. Even though I'm not high on Kenny Pickett, when the defense is pumped up, when the offense is pumped up, sometimes the defense also picks up their game. So I thought it'd be closer. Like maybe they were up by 14 and the Bills kick late field goal and they lose by 11. They lose by 12. The fact that they got blown out 38-3, hey, I'll take that L. Then we had Cleveland +3. We picked them versus the Chargers. They were 30-28 losers. But hey, we had 3 points, so we got that. Minnesota and Chicago was a push, so that was a 7 point, and the game was a 7 point game. Detroit and New England. I picked New England -3 at home. I guess I could have picked New England -28 in a 28-0 drubbing of the Lions. Another one we got wrong, and this is another one where I had the Saints winning, but I had them winning by a field goal, and it was 39-32, so 7 points. We only had 5.5 points for the Seahawks. So obviously we had that one wrong. So what it was so far, 1-2 wrong. Not bad. Not bad. 16 games, 2 wrong so far. I'll take that. I think we ended up, well, we'll get to the end here in a second. You can see it right here. Dolphins and Jets. We had the Jets, obviously, with Tua being out. Give me the Jets plus the points. Did not expect a 40-17 blowout victory from the Jets. But hey, congratulations to Zach Wilson and my fantasy guy, Breece Hall. Tampa hosting Atlanta. We took Atlanta with 8.5 points. Something's going on there in Tampa Bay. They're just, they won the game 21-15. They just, Tom Brady doesn't look right. That offense, that defense is just, there's something missing there in Tampa. So, hey, 8.5 points, I'll take it. Because, like I said, it was a 6-point game. So we got that one correct. Tennessee went into Washington. We took Tennessee, and they were 2.5-point favorites. They got us a 4-point win. So thanks. That was a close one. Houston went into Jacksonville. Listen, I'm taking Houston with that many points, 7 points against Jacksonville every single time because they keep games close. But man, 13-6 is not what I expected. And Houston wins. That's a win that Jacksonville should have had. However, we got that one right as well. To our last loss, excuse me. So our third one. So we went 13-3 last week. So our other loss was picking Carolina, thinking they were going to keep it under a touchdown against San Francisco. My thought process there was they're in Carolina. I thought we were going to see a good game from Christian McCaffrey, which we did, and they would keep it close. After what San Francisco did to the Rams the week before, sometimes, there's a little bit of a letdown, and not suggesting a loss, but a closer game after doing such a good job on a good team. You kind of let yourself down against a bad team like Carolina. That didn't happen. 37-15, a 22-point victory. So congrats to the 49ers. Unfortunately, another loss for us. I'm on the Cooper Rush train. The Cowboys were 4.5-point underdogs. We went with the Cowboys in LA. We were not disappointed. 22-10 victory over the Rams. Cooper Rush making it a quarterback controversy in Dallas. Could Dak be traded to San Francisco? Could Dak be traded? I don't think he's going to Cleveland. Could Dak be traded? Could Cooper Rush be traded before the trade deadline? You can't have Cooper Rush come in and win four straight games after Dak loses in week 1. So we'll see what's going on in Dallas there. But Dallas was the pick. Dallas wins 22-10. We got that one correct. The Cardinals and Eagles. Eagles went into Arizona as 5-point favorites. People thought I was crazy when I picked the Cardinals. But I said, listen, Philadelphia hasn't faced a scrambling quarterback. Kyler Murray's going to give him some issues and keep this game close. Philadelphia squeaks out a win 20-17, but with 5 points, Arizona. And if you followed along with me, we got the win. Cincinnati went into Baltimore. Listen, we knew 2 division rivals, the best 2 teams in the AFC North playing. We knew it was going to be close, decided by a field goal. Gave me the Bengals plus the points because I thought at worst case it's a push, a field goal game, but it's 17-19. Ravens win, but we win, choosing the Bengals. And then, of course, the Monday Nighter, the Raiders. I told you we're going to see better. The Raiders are the worst 1-4 team. No, let me take that back. Let me, if I may. Let me reverse. The Raiders are the best 1-4 team you've probably seen in the NFL in a very long time. So they go into Kansas City with the 7 points. I took the points. I thought it's no way it's going to be more than a touchdown game. It wasn't. It was a 1-point game. Kansas City, a couple of mistakes on the Raiders' part, a very controversial roughing the passer call, but Kansas City Chiefs win 30-29. And the Raiders with the 7 points, get us our win. So that's the recap of last week. Like I said, we went 13-3. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at sports_fluent. You see it down there. If you want to get the full slate of games. But let's get into our pick five for crunching the numbers, and we'll get you out of here. So first one, Thursday night. I never, ever, 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 ever pick Chicago Bear games, but it was even. The line started at even. It's moved to -1 in the Bears' favor in Chicago. I'm going with my Bears. This is the Justin Fields breakout game. I know I'm crazy. This is a fan talking, so don't pay too close attention to what I'm saying right now. The Bears blow out the Washington Commanders. That's a personal pick. All right, now to the real games. The New York Jets head into Green Bay. Green Bay's 7-point favorites. Green Bay should win this game, but it's within a touchdown. So I'm taking the Jets. Mark that down. I'm taking the Jets +7 in Green Bay. The matchup we've all been waiting for. Well, most of us. The Buffalo Bills head into Kansas City. Kansas City +3? What? Kansas City, the home dogs. And what do we know about home dogs? They win versus the spread 60+% of the time. So we're going to go with Kansas City. This is going to be one of those, much like the Raiders game, I think. Very close, right to the end. Whoever has the ball last. The only thing that scares me is Kansas City's kicking game. So I want to say I'll go Buffalo by 1. I'll go Buffalo by 1 in another kind of like 34-33 game in Kansas City, shocking the Chiefs, but with the 3 points, I'm taking the Chiefs versus the spread. Dallas, another divisional game here. Dallas goes into Philadelphia. Philadelphia undefeated. Dallas with just that one loss to Tampa Bay in week 1. The Cooper Rushers are in full force. Can they upset the Eagles? -5 are the Eagles. So listen, I think Philadelphia squeaks out another win. I might even say Dallas. Am I going to switch my pick right here on the air? Oh, yeah. Okay. We them boys. I'm going to go with Dallas +5. Dallas Cowboys over the Philadelphia Eagles. They both go to 5-1 after this week. Denver, the last game. It's the Monday nighter. The Denver. I wish I had a sleepy sound. The Denver Broncos, who are just killing us with the most boring offense, lowest scoring team in the league. Get this team off my TV. How many primetime games are we going to have to sit through and watch the Denver Broncos lose big time to the Los Angeles Chargers? Chargers are 5-point favorites. Minimum touchdown win. I got the Chargers big on Monday night over the Denver Broncos. I don't know if it's Russell Wilson. I don't know if it's Hackett. I don't know if it's the altitude in Denver that has them all acting crazy. Obviously, there's the injury to Javonte Williams. Chargers in a big one. So that's it for this week in crunching the numbers. Until next week, now you're more fluent.